Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to the Armory. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to X. Big up to the 150 people already tuning in. The number was going mad as the intros were going on. I was like, okay, this could be an interesting one. Hope everyone's doing well. And obviously, we have been joined by Brezzy. How are you doing, Brezzy?
I'm very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, been better. There's no other way of putting it. My pod brother is here. Hello. Oh,
how you all doing?
Hey, there he is. Yay.
All good?
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm 99%. I'm 99% well now, and yeah, the vertigo's gone, and now I'm feeling good again. But I say 99% because the 1% I got is that I've actually grown like a full beard and I look like Chewbacca, so I need to get rid of that down tomorrow, you know. So yeah. So yeah.
You turn into Brez. That's what's happening here.
all glad to be back on. So people may see me tomorrow with a Billy D. Williams look for the preview, because I'll definitely be available for the preview tomorrow.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, well, obviously Brenny's already plugging this preview. Yeah, the preview is tomorrow night. Unsurprising to people. Obviously, I don't particularly like having to do this preview because that means I have to speak to Man City. Man City hate me. I hate them. So it's going to be a really interesting conversation when I try and get information out of them. But it is what it is. Anyway, also, big up to Nick as well, otherwise known as Geeks. How you doing, Nick?
I'm very well, thank you. Very well. Very well. Yeah. Brenny, we definitely need like photo evidence of this.
Yeah, in the group WhatsApp, please.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Yeah, it's I'll tell you what. My missus, that she don't even like it.
Oh,
she'd rather me get rid of it. No. I mean, she wouldn't mind the Will Smith, Martin Lawrence look from Bad Boys, you know, with the but definitely not around the sides, you know, looking like a 70s Sunday Saturday morning villain or something, you know, on a bad TV show.
Well, I like the Billy D. Williams, you know, hello, what have we here? You know, that sort of Lando Calrissian.
Well, yeah, he's 88 years old and he's still as smooth as butter.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's the Black Roger Moore.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be one of those shows, babe. It's going to be one of those shows.
If it helps, mine's like a CC Top one. That's how long it is.
Hey, Brezzy, don't worry, mate. We won't double back again.
Right, let's get for the comments because the people are already in the house as well. Big up to Geek saying here we go or not. We'll talk about that shortly. Surely you'll take Kostrom's broken back on loan at this point. Not that way. Oh. No, thank you, Temmie. Temmie always loving the intro. I'll tell you about his flaws, but the Kronkers threw away this season. Unambitious lot. I'll get into that. I do strongly disagree with this, but I'll get onto that in a little bit. Chris saying, big up, lads. Hope you're well. Nick is back. Brezzy's back. And also Brenny. All the ITKs that said we were signing Naipan. We'll talk about him as well. That is a talking point tonight. I am not amused. We'll get into it. Big up to Carl saying, here we not. Fair enough. Ruderson Neto is playing tomorrow. We're in the soup. We are playing Sunday. Not tomorrow. So yeah, yeah. I can't. Yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. He has got a muscle problem. Fingers crossed he's fit, because I'll be honest, I'm not looking forward to Neto in goal. But it is what it is. Brenny doing the Chris Eubank Jr. I'm 99%. Glad AI Brenny is back. Bobby hates City just like I hate all these four journalists you all listen to. Just saying. No, I agree. You should phone Bentner. Oh God, hell no, not for me. No. Simba, big up to you, mate. Big up, lads. Here we not for the win, says Simba. Right. First things first, there is some positive news, and obviously the women's transfer deadline finished yesterday, so we get to do this finally.
wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild.
And that is one of two, obviously. Obviously, Nice Wronger has signed for Gotham FC. I did talk about it Tuesday, that she would be signing. She did. Funny enough, I actually do know some stuff. But look, she's a very good player. She's a left back, can also go in midfield as well. They didn't do anything Batman related, which I was very disappointed by.
Yeah.
I just, if you're signing someone from Gotham FC, you should do something Batman related.
Absolutely.
Right, yeah.
The signal in the sky above the Emirates, and then
exactly.
it's like, hey,
Because I've got a Batman tattoo, right, and I've obviously got his signal, but I've put it on Big Ben's face because it's perfect. Because obviously London means a lot to me. That's where I used to work and all that kind of stuff. So I've put the Batman sign on Big Ben's face because why not? So Nice Wronger's here, so that's good. And number 2,
We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild.
she's back, baby. Only on loan, to be fair, but look, she's back on loan until the end of the season. Obviously, Ryan Wuffer has gone to City on loan as well, so it's technically like a swap, but it's not. But it's a separate deal. But look, Ryan Wuffer is going to get some playing time because obviously she's not at Arsenal because obviously you've got Emily Fox. You're just not going to take her out the team, let's be honest. With Nice Wronger coming in as well, that frees up Katie McCabe to like either go forward a little bit into the team or sometimes cover at right back as well. So again, Ryan Wuffer is not going to get any playing time. So going to Man City suits her as well. But Chloe Kelly, how is everyone feeling about the women's? I know not all of you watch it, which is fair dues.
From England's point of view, it's got to be good to having Russo and Kelly in the same team, right?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I can't wait.
I like Kelly.
What did you say, Brez?
So I like Kelly.
Oh yeah, she's
quality.
She is quality. You just think she should add it to her. Obviously, we're adding her to Beth Mead, Caldente. That is one scary front line now with Russo as well. And we've managed to get Blackstone in as well until the summer. She will be going in the summer now. But it's a scary front line. At least we're going to be pushing. Look, we all know that we're not going to win the title. But we need to keep pushing.
Win the battle to be second.
Yeah, exactly. As long as we get second, I'll be happy with that. It's fairness. Big up to Geek saying hit the like and subscribe, people. Please do. There is 396 currently tuning in, so please do hit the like and subscribe. That'd be wonderful, especially if you're on X. Please come over to YouTube and just play with the thumb a little bit. That'll be lovely. Neville and the other children of Fergie failed at management. That's why they're all jealous of Arteta. Yeah, we won't get into that. Bobby does get more right than wrong, unlike these journalists who fall and pull people pants down because they speak well. Yeah, I've been told to stop nagging about them, but I did put a title in, and I checked it will work, and they said, "Can you please remove that? You'll get in a lot of trouble." I went, "Okay, damn it." But it is what it is. I hate him. I personally hate him. I have a pure passion of hate.
I cannot stand them.
Yeah, you obviously all know who I'm on about. It's the main three. I can't stand them. I wish they'd shut up.
The Three Stooges, Curly, Merly, and Curly, Mo, and what's the other one?
Can't remember now.
Oh, mate, I was talking about it the other day. Curly Whirly. He's not Curly Whirly.
Curly Whirly.
Cole, why are you trying to ruin my Friday night? Why?
I feel like that would be a disaster.
We're both ex-squaddies, and there he is doing that. What have I done to you? Seriously. But no, look. Hopefully,
Larry, Curly, and Mo.
Brenny's just on a random one.
I just remembered. It was Larry, Curly, and Mo, the Three Stooges. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
No, sorry. It's Bobby, Brezzy, and Nick.
Yeah.
So that would make me your agent then, isn't it?
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, Party right back, goalkeeper Neto and Marino in that midfield. Yes, I'll be honest. If that is those three are in those positions on Sunday, yeah, I'm sorry. We will lose.
We're dead, and Arteta's done for me, mate. I'm telling you.
I'll turn it off, I think.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Real
Sorry, mates with the ball.
I mean, if you had to take one of those three,
no,
I would
I'm not
probably
taking any of them.
The worst, I mean, Neto at goalkeeper would be.
Yeah. The last result, Neto.
Yeah, it would have to be Neto.
After Champions League?
Hey, don't. That scared the life out of me. I mean, the guy was diving outside of his box, but hey, you know.
I've never seen any Arsenal keeper do that ever in all my years watching Arsenal. I have never seen, not even Reece Wilmot did that.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Or Runderson.
We're just so lucky he didn't actually get a hand to it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he did? Jeez.
Oh.
I'll take Party right back though, if I have to.
Oh, I don't know. That's
not
against their pace.
Out of that list, I'd Party right back for me. I mean, I'd rather play a back three, but if I have to, then yeah.
Isn't it telling though that none of us have gone for Marino in the midfield?
Yes.
Sorry.
Bye bye.
For me, he's dead to me now at the moment. To be honest.
Yeah.
God.
If he starts on Sunday, I'm gonna.
Oh, it's got to be. The reason why I don't want Partey at right back is because I want him in midfield with Rice.
Yes.
Yeah. Likewise.
I totally agree. But
sorry, we're doing the preview show when we're supposed to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We'll do this tomorrow. We'll do. Look, I'll blame him. I'll blame this person here. It's his fault. It's not. We'll do the on promise. We'll do the preview tomorrow. It's nothing against these young players. It's 50-50 to see if they work or not. We only ask for pre-prescribed, but like asking for the fried egg, but they give you a Haribo fried egg instead. Runnison Neto officially in my alternative team. No, 100 don't mind at all. No, Brezzy, I'm guessing that was to you talk about Party. Don't hold back, but he's dead to me. Wow. Honestly, I don't get the signing. I just don't get it. For me, he's actually made us regress by coming in because he slows us up.
Too slow. Yeah.
He's way too slow. And it's and Bren, I don't know about you and Nick and Brez. Obviously, me and Brenny watch a lot of the women's game. Now it's a bit like Jonas. You know when Jonas was going all gung ho with our attack, and that's when we were dangerous. And all of a sudden, he changed the style of football, and that's what Marino's done. He's slowed us down, and it's what affected the women. As soon as the women stopped going forward so quickly, we were getting hurt all the time. We had loads of 1-0 losses. And it was like, what the hell are you doing, Jonas? And thankfully, he did the right thing and walked away because he knew he screwed up.
Yeah.
And for me, this is what Arteta's got to think about at the end of the season. Depending on what happens, obviously, we still could win stuff. We don't know. I'm not Mystic Meg. But he does need to think long and hard about this. Because I personally, if he stays, sell Marino in the summer because he does nothing for us.
Just watch. Yeah. Just get that switch straight away. Yeah, I agree.
But then
I think, then
I mean, it's going to get like really low because you got Partey's going to go, Georgina's going to go, if Marino goes, and you're going to bring a Supermendy in.
No, because don't forget,
he's got Lewis as well to move to midfield, hasn't he?
Lewis is going to be moved into midfield. So
I look forward to that. Number 8.
I agree, but he's still young. He still needs someone there to help him.
I will totally agree that if we were to sell Marino, we'd have to get someone else in. But obviously, for me, if Arteta stays, and I guarantee he won't sell Marino, I guarantee it.
I'm sorry, I still don't understand why we're not using Zinni in the left 8. I really.
Unfortunately, we'll talk about Zinni very shortly,
right?
Not in a good way. Always knew Bobby favourite close. Hell no. You are funny, Chris. You're not Mystic. Right. We have element. Yes. Well, this is the thing. Obviously, I did talk about it on Tuesday night. The plan is to bring in a left back so we can actually put Lewis Skelly into midfield. Now that's the plan. So hopefully that is how we do it this summer. We are looking at left backs, even though selling Tierney, but it is what it is. Right, let's start on with the horrible news. Obviously, as far as I was concerned, this was happening. He was going to sign at the end of the week. It was meant to be a here we go today, and he's decided to stay at Rosenborg. Now, there's a few theories that's going around the office. Now, he's either decided that he's not going to get enough playing time at Arsenal, which is fair dues. There is that possibility. He probably won't play so many games. But then there's also, why didn't you choose to do a loan, like sign for Arsenal and then say, can you loan me back to Rosenborg?
Yeah.
Why didn't you do that?
Did City turn his head?
That was my second point. My scary thought, and the thought that's running through our minds, is City have turned his head. Now, you will question, well, why hasn't he signed for Girona then? Because no one knows what's going to happen to City. Now, obviously, if he was signed for Girona and then City get punished, then he's stuck at Girona.
Right.
Which,
sense.
let's be honest, look, they're not a horrible club, and they'll do all right. They'll be mid-table, but Naipan wants to be more than that. Obviously, he wants to go to a club that's going to push for trophies because he's coming from Rosenborg.
Yeah,
people that don't know Rosenborg, it's a team that tends to win trophies over there. So that's the theory. We'll have to wait and see. This is why I've turned us down for now, because this may come back in the summer. Who knows? But currently, if it has been head turned, I personally don't want him. Obviously, I need to find out more information, and thankfully, I've got people that can speak to his camp, and we'll find out. But I just. Yeah, I was excited. Everyone knows how excited I was, because there were comparisons with Santi Cazorla and stuff. So, but we'll quickly go around and talk about Naipan. So we'll start. I'm guessing Brezi's back. Yes, Brezi, what have you made of this? Are you a bit disappointed you're not actually that bothered? Because I know some people aren't bothered.
I mean, I've watched some of his matches, and from what I can tell, he seems to be an absolute good footballer. I mean, he's still young, he's still raw, but I mean, the potential there would have been absolutely amazing. And the fact that our midfield is crying out for some bit of creativity. I know we've got like Rice and Odegaard, but we still need someone to help with Odegaard as well. And if he was anything like Santi Cazorla, then he would have been an absolute steal. So, just at this point, it doesn't happen, but hopefully in the summer it does happen. And if his head is turned by City, then well, yeah,
exactly. What about you, Bren?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of him, but but from my understanding is that he's one of those players where he's 18, he's playing regularly, and I don't mind us going for players who are playing regularly at age 18 to 20 years of age, even 17. I haven't got an issue with that. If we get him in the summer, then I think he would, it'd be a great asset to us. But like you say, with the City thing, I suppose with City it'd be he's probably be looking at. But then again, saying that, with City, there's no guarantees that he'd be a regular at City.
No, he won't.
No,
He'll be a better player.
Yeah, he would be, and I actually think he would get, because for us, what I look at it for us, if we were to get him now, I think he would feature for us, because we're still he would feature, and the reason why I say it as well, it's not just about injuries or suspensions. I also think it's because I know we've got Newcastle next week, but if you look at it, we're still in all competitions. Sorry, apart from the FA Cup, I forgot about that. But so we're still in 3 competitions, and for me, with the Champions League, it's extra games this season in the Champions League, isn't it? Because we've played 8, not 6. Mm-hmm. So it's for the league campaign. We'll need it. We'll need all hands on deck. We'll need everyone to put a shift in.
Yeah,
the games we've got coming up.
I'm just gonna come to Nick now, and I'm gonna bring in, which I'm guessing is Cole, because I think Cole's backstage now. But we'll go to Nick first before we bring Cole in.
For me, I'd be concerned about having a Nasri situation on our hands. If we're not good enough for him now, why would we do it in the summer? My concern is how Arsenal have got to the point where you look at Nico Williams over the summer now with Naipan. It's getting some of these deals over the line, and we've got to question ourselves why they're not happening.
Yeah,
that's the worry. Why is that not happening? I mean, we've had the wobble with Zubamendi.
Yeah.
So we've got to take a good hard look at ourselves and say, well, why are we not convincing the talent to come here? Yeah. Whether he's going to get minutes or not. I mean, if you look at City and he's analysing that, and you could be right, it could be a stalling pattern to see what happens. I mean, he would technically be taking Jack Grealish's minutes because Foden has got the position, hasn't he? He's not going to be sitting any deeper than that. So you would expect him to be taking Grealish's minutes, wouldn't you? And he seems confident.
He would play more Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne position.
Who's that? Who are City using at the moment?
To be honest, I ain't got a clue. I don't watch him.
Bruno's been out injured, hasn't he? So, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe that he would go in with Foden.
Yeah. Well, obviously the whole point of this was Girona would have him, so he would probably be there for, I reckon, probably 18 months. To be honest,
makes sense. They'll do what we've done with Saliba.
Yeah, because obviously Girona are their family club, whatever you want to call it. Dodginess, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, right. I think this is Cole. So yeah, it's definitely Cole. I've just seen his new name. Cole, how you doing, my friend?
Good, gents. How are you?
Hey, Cole.
Hey, you're right, Cole.
Hi, Cole.
Yeah, all good.
What do you make of the Naipan situation?
I think he's scared.
Oh, okay.
I think he's seen Girona leave the Champions League, seen how many players they've sold and how many injuries and stuff they've got, and how they're not performing to where they should be. I think they're not going to come back from that. I think it's probably a downward spiral. So he doesn't want to play for Girona. You talk about game time for Arsenal, but then I look at the Man City squad and I think, does he get in there? I don't know. I think he's probably second guessing himself. I think he should have took us because I reckon he would have got game time, to be honest, with the amount of injuries and stuff we've had. Arteta doesn't seem to shy away from having his hand forced a few times. So I don't know. It's interesting. He hasn't said no entirely yet, has he?
No, it's more of a case of come back in the summer. But as far as Arsenal are concerned, it was a yes. And, even the transfer fee was agreed and everything was agreed. So it's a bit of a shocker for Arsenal, if I'm honest. But who knows? And I know Martin Odegaard got involved and Martin's dad got involved as well. Because Martin's dad, for people that don't know, he's actually a coach at Lillestrøm. And I know he spoke to his team as well to give advice of what he should do. But for some reason, he's decided against it.
And Bobby,
yes,
Bobby,
mate.
what you just said there as well with Martin Odegaard.
Yeah,
you would think that normally, well, over the years, it's always a manager. It's a manager or the managing director that uses the gift of the gab to get a player that they want.
Yes.
But I find that if, for example, let's just go way back. If this was say David Dean or George Graham or David Dean and Arsene Wenger, I reckon Naipan would say, "Oh yeah, I'll come and play for you, hands down," because you get a lot of players nowadays that will always play for legendary managers or managers that were great players in terms of not just world class, but top class, whatever. They were serial winners as players, and some of them that are serial winners as managers. I find that those players would say, "Oh yeah, I can't play for you." And I think sometimes with regards to Arteta, regards to how he is, I think there's that as well. I think the attitudes of certain players would have been different if he'd have already added 2 league titles to the FA Cup that he's won. So that's what I look at as well.
No, it's fair dues. And I'll be honest, I'll add a little bit extra to this. I think if we had Edu still, I think he might have persuaded him as well. Because I'm not giving any diss to Jason because I know Jason and he's done a fantastic job, but he's not Edu Do you know what I mean? Edu's
then-
play for the club, knows
then-
the club.
We spoke about
yeah.
this, didn't we?
Yeah.
We spoke about this in the group chat. I questioned Arteta's pull.
Yes.
I questioned it. I said, people will always play for the badge and the history of the club because we've had legends and we've created history, and that will always attract a certain amount of players. But I've always questioned Arteta as the single pull. He's not as good as other teams who've got world-class managers that people want to play for because they know what they can do, whereas he's not done anything significant other than rebuild a team. So unless you're looking to prove yourself and you think you can give it a go at Arsenal, then you may come, but to take away the world-class players from the grips of the big teams, I don't think he's got the pull.
I think that's really interesting, because if we said right now we installed Bergkamp or Henry without any managerial background as manager of Arsenal, would they be able to get Nico Williams and Naipan over the line?
Potentially,
just on their player reputation alone.
He wasn't a great footballer, was he, Arteta? But he didn't leave. He didn't leave a trademark behind him, did he? So.
I kind of get where Cole's coming from on that one.
Yeah.
I think if you're a Bergkamp or an Henry or a Fabregas, I'm sorry, you definitely have more pull.
Yeah.
At Arsenal, obviously. Look at what Fabregas has managed to do at Como. I know Como's a slightly different situation, but people want to play for Fabregas, and that's true. So who knows? Right, I do want to get into the comments because they are building up, and I always like to try and make sure everyone's involved because it's everyone's show, not just ours. Let's have a look, see where have we got. Oh God, well, definitely get that dream out of your mind, Temi, because the way things are going, Zinni won't be here for very long. We'll get on to him in a little bit though. Zinni not playing 8 because it takes too much sense for Arteta. Arteta doesn't like common sense. Correct. I would sell Marino and Martinelli, Kai, get Wirtz and Isaac and Dibbling. So would I, but unfortunately this is not FIFA, and Mikel is not like that, unfortunately. I think
it's FIFA at Temi. I think it's FIFA at Temi about Zinchenko. He had him on easy mode, didn't he? Scoring that goal in the Champions League final.
Probably, yeah. We do need to talk about Martinelli. I think Temi's mentioned it, but we do need to talk about Martinelli because obviously, for people that don't know, the Saudi League closes today. I'm not 100% sure on the time, but I don't think it's closed yet. But there could be something very late on there. We don't know yet. It's so shameful because Arsenal in transfer market act and behave like a small club, says Akin
we do
Marmot.
indeed.
Let's see what else. Here we go. I hear Saudi want Martinelli for £100 million. We should sell. There has been rumours. There has been a conversation from a Saudi club for Martinelli. Haven't agreed a fee. So we'll wait and see if they come back. I think we should try the Saliba approach with young talented players. Sign and let them stay until the end of the season and then get him on. I agree. This is what we're trying to do with the 16-year-old that I mentioned again on Tuesday. The young goalkeeper from Turkey. Can't remember the club. But he's a very good, talented young goalkeeper. He's actually playing first team football at 16. That's how good he is. So if we manage to sign him, we will keep him out on loan for a year and a half. So he'll wait till he's 18 and then we'll sign him permanently. So yeah, I quite like that. Hopefully
Bobby,
we get it done. Yes,
have we really acquired to the young Turkish player at Real Madrid?
Have
we let that totally go dead?
That's dead. As far as I've heard, no one's leaving Real Madrid. No one is this window now. I haven't heard about anyone leaving now. I don't know if it's because they know that Carlo's leaving and they want to keep everything as it is for the new guy, which would make sense, I suppose. Yeah. And obviously Real Madrid are now kind of kicking on a bit now, so they've actually started to improve their form, and Mbappe's actually playing like the person that they thought they signed, so that's always good for them. We are not beating Newcastle at St James's Park. I totally agree. Obviously, I hope we do, but I don't feel we will.
No.
Best teams sometimes don't tend to win Champions League, to be fair. So Champions League is still anyone's. Agree. It's a competition at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Us not having a sport director is a big shame. We should have one in place right
I
now.
agree.
If we could have, we would have.
Is that
Edu
because-
was not. Oh, sorry, mate.
I was just going to say, is that the garden leave coming into play?
It's the garden, and look, if the last summer did go according to plan, and we bought some extra players, Edu wouldn't have been so pissed off that he wouldn't have left in the way that he did. So I can only blame one person for that. As simple as that, Mikel. Sorry, but he gets blame on that. Edu wanted to leave. For me, Edu would have left at the end of the season anyway, because obviously this offer from Evangelos is way too big. No one would turn it down, to be fair. And he would have stayed until the end of the season, which would have given us a sporting director still now, but we haven't got one. We have sorted stuff out in the background. He will be here in the summer, and I'm more optimistic about this summer. This one's been tricky, and Jason, for people that don't know, he's our former chief scout. So that tells you how much experience he doesn't have at being a sporting director. Chief scout is very different to sporting director. It's that girl, Amelia. You did not talk about Messi. When were we meant to talk about Messi?
I don't know. We're signing in.
Anybody know?
Is he coming?
Anybody know? Big up to you for watching. But I have literally no idea.
Yeah, I'll take him for 4 months.
I just want to quickly say big up to the 700 people currently watching. Thank you very much. Big up to King again. Bobby, will Arsenal not risk falling behind if we don't join the multiple club model? I don't like it, but we need it. I do agree that we need it. Josh and Stan have always looked around, but it's very hard to do it. Now, personally, and I did recommend this a couple of seasons ago, Bordeaux would have been the perfect one. But unfortunately, Bordeaux went bust, obviously. Because I just love Bordeaux personally. It's just one of my favourite clubs in France. Not my favourite, obviously, it's Monaco, but I've always liked Bordeaux. Lizarazu and Zidane always put a smile on my face. But it's one of those. When the right opportunity's there, we'll do it. But it's not that easy to do, unfortunately, and it doesn't always work. Look, Girona had a very good start, but as Cole said, it's kind of falling off now. So you have to make sure it's done in the right way. Strasbourg, that's Chelsea. They're not doing particularly well. Union Saint-Louis, for people that don't know, they're partnered with Brighton because they're both owned by Tony Bloom. They do well. So it works sometimes, doesn't always work though. So it's hit and miss. And I think that's what Stan and Josh are slightly worried about. Right, Retroholic Gamer, big up to you. If Arsenal buy Watkins, it's a panic buy. 60 million for a 29-year-old who's got 3 years at best in him is embarrassing, considering you can get Osherman for £3 million more. I agree.
I'm keeping quiet.
No, look, I agree, but Osherman is not wanted by Arteta.
No, he's not an Arteta player.
So, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So, we can't really do the comparison. What I will say about the £60 million for Watkins is it will be broken out over the length of his contract. So, it won't be as painful as people assume. So, let's say it's 60 million over 4 years. That's £15 million a year, which is nothing really. But I do agree, but it's not a panic buy.
But
It's
Bobby,
definitely... Yes, mate.
When we say not a Arteta, just to clarify, if anyone's new joining us, what do we mean by not being an Arteta footballer? Because we don't mean talent, we mean
right. He doesn't want people that are going to come into the dressing room and upset the way that the dressing room. It's very chilled out dressing room, which I don't particularly like all the time. Me and Brenny, we talked about it so many times. Yeah. I like the bastards. Yeah. I like people that like to cause a little bit of trouble. Yeah. Have a little bit of stupidity. We don't have that anymore.
I like a striker with a bit of arrogance.
For me, if you were to go to the dressing room now, it would feel more like Meteora. Now, if no one knows what Meteora is, it's a monastery on top of a mountain in Greece, and that's what it'll feel like in the dressing room nowadays. And I want a little bit of mayhem. I want a bit like Brighton Pier. Just mayhem, craziness. Honestly, you can tell I've not had much sleep. But no, look. Will I be excited about Watkins? To be fair, I will, because I've always liked him, because I'm a big Brentford fan. I've watched Brentford ever since Dean Smith started the new system of their free attackers. I've watched them, and Watkins was one of the first ones, wasn't he, Brent? I think he was in the Dean Smith side.
That's right.
I've always liked Watkins anyway. Do I think he's an Arsenal player? Kind of, I suppose. He'll do a job. And that's what we need. We need someone.
And he's a fan as well. And
which I think is actually a big bonus for me personally.
Yeah, because he'll come in and play like a man possessed. I said this.
Crikey!
Yeah. He'll come in and he could get us those 10 goals, and then you'd say, well, that 60 million was cheap because it got us the title.
When Nathan came on against Zagreb, he looked like a little puppy running around for that 1 minute, and that's what Ollie will do. He'll run around like a little puppy, and he'll work his little socks off. Sorry, I had to bring up Nathan because even though it was only a minute, I just smiled for that whole minute because you just run around like a happy little pony going, I want to get the ball, I want to get the ball, I want to get the ball. That's what Ollie will be like. But it is what it is. But Osherman will never be here whilst Arteta's the boss. Simple as that.
No,
if it ever changes, because what you have to look at is the market. Now, for people that don't know, Galatasaray are trying to sign Morata, that fraud Spaniard that is supposedly a forward. Now, you have to question, why are they trying to sign him? And I've questioned it myself because I'm like, why? Why are you trying to do that when you've got Osherman? So what I would suggest, if we ever did get him in the last 3 days, this is Josh all over, because Josh has told us to buy him, which will then say there's a problem upstairs between. So you kind of want him, but you kind of don't, because that means there's a big problem between Josh and Mikel. So right, let's move on. Sorry guys, this is going to be a long show, I got a feeling. I think the kid is holding on to see what Arsenal does in the summer transfer windows. I'm guessing you're all about Naipan. I think he wants more play time. He's going to get it at Rosenborg for the next 6 months. So Temistone Hato is a fraud.
Oh, I like Hato.
He's quality, but I will be honest. There's a possibility Liverpool might get him.
No.
Yeah. Jason doesn't have Edu charisma or his network as good as he is. We need better than Jason. What I will say, network is slightly similar, apart from we don't have the connections in Brazil. Jason's done a very good job though. He's a lot quieter, but as the charisma, yes, Edu is quite a character.
He's a genial guy, isn't he?
I personally will miss him. Thankfully, with his new position, I will get to still speak to him. So at least I'll still get to speak to him. But I'll miss him at Arsenal because honestly, he was a great character. Big up to Mohamed. Yeah, talking about Morata, weirdly. Big up to you, mate. Big up to Arsenal above all. Evening all. Jason just needs to up his barbecue skills and he'll be fine. Alex Baena. Now, this is the lad from Villarreal, I believe. Again, I think he's been linked with Saudi Arabia as well. It's a very, very crazy window at the moment.
Yeah.
The other, I can't think of his name. It begins with a M. He also plays for Villarreal. That's another one that's possible with us. There's still possibles at the end of the window, so don't totally rule out hope yet.
What happens to Boniface? Has he gone?
We'll talk about him. He's actually a talking point shortly, so don't you worry. Great show from Elliot. Is the Collins deal still alive? Collins. Is the Collins deal still alive? Collins.
Does he mean John Collins from back in the day?
John Collins.
That's well for
Collins. I am trying to think what that means. Elliot, if you can please let me know.
Or Tom Collins. Have you promised him a Tom Collins? Isn't that a
Oh, crikey. I'm trying to think.
No, I think it's Joan Collins. She's going to take over from the Cronkies.
Right. Anyone speak French?
No, je ne parle pas.
No. Not
I have absolutely no idea.
Basically, terrible children. He doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes. Oh, so abhors, so that means hates, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Very, very good, Elliot. Very good. So we've just done some French lessons as well, which is fantastic. Who said you can't have fun on a Friday night?
Absolutely.
Watkins is a good centre forward, but he's not clinical enough for my liking. I want a big upgrade on the we let players with X factors. Look at Overmars, Anelka, Henry, Sanchez. They all had arrogance. Right. What I will say, and I've said this to the guys in the group WhatsApp, if we buy Watkins, that changes nothing with our plans in the summer. We still buy a big centre forward that's going to cost a lot of money. So
how big? 6'6"?
Well,
sorry,
to be fair,
guys.
he is tall.
I've resorted to dad jokes.
To be fair, he is tall. So yeah, he is quite tall. But anyway, it's a big money spend that we'll be having in summer anyway. But so Watkins coming in makes no difference to that at all. Bobby, Sammy Mockbell said Gyökeres was 4th or 5th on our list. And with our Premier League clubs, but he's not Premier League proven. Is this true? And who is 2nd and 3rd? If Isaac is presumably 3rd.
Sesko.
Yeah.
Well, one, Sammy talks a load of, but he's kind of got that right. Isaac is 1st. Sesko is 2nd.
Good, correct.
Watkins is 3rd.
No, he's not.
Huh?
Oh. Right, I'll have to come back to that because I need to message someone.
David Super.
No.
No, he wasn't 3rd.
Was
No.
3rd. I'll have to get back to you on that one. But
Gyökeres.
no, Gyökeres isn't high up because of, as explained to the group WhatsApp, it's to do with the way that they want that release clause paid. So the first lump sum is a huge amount of it. And when it comes to PSR, that will affect it heavily. Like I was talking about Watkins, you can spread it over 4 payments. So 15 million is the first payment. That's nothing in football terms. With Gyökeres, it's over 50 million is the first payment, which is a 200 million pound signing in the real world of football. So yeah, it's a lot of money. So that's why Gyökeres is so low. It's not got absolutely nothing to do with his quality, by the way. It's literally because of that release clause. And right now, Lisbon will not sell unless that release clause is met. In the summer, that changes again. It's so annoying. But the summer will be busy.
What do you reckon his summer sale price is?
What Gyökeres? It's less than his
roughly.
release clause.
Yeah. See,
It's
that's why
annoying.
I think they should just, even if they took the 50 million and we could break it up, what's the matter with them?
I know it's the way that clubs work. It's the same as Leipzig. I know that I think did Tony have a moan about why we weren't just putting the money down for Sesko today or yesterday or something. I don't know. But anyway, talking about Sesko, why can't we just buy him? It's because there's a gentleman's agreement to leave in the summer. So you can't do something in January when there's a gentleman's agreement. We still do these in football world, dude. We have gentleman's agreements and they stick to them. It's very annoying, but here we go. Retigu, yeah, he's higher than Gyökeres. He's either 3rd or 4th, but I can't remember who the other one is. Honestly, can't remember. But yeah, he's someone else is above Gyökeres. I just cannot for the life of me think who it is. Eddie, with his connections to Brazil, gave us Marie Marquinhos, whilst Vinny and top Brazilians went to Madrid. I get what you're saying. However, we did try and get Danilo. Didn't work because Arteta wasn't convinced, to be honest. Does he look good in Forest? Yes, he does. Who is the other one? Trindade. He's gone to Wolves. Does he look good at Wolves? Yes, he does. So that's 2 of the other ones that were recommended to Arteta, but Arteta wasn't convinced. They've gone on to the Premier League teams and they've done well. So, it is what it is. You can see why Edu left. Hatter will probably get us some Mongolian wonder kids who can't control the ball. If that's the case, Bobby, then I will take Watkins in a heartbeat. Just need us to go big in the summer. Yeah, we're going big, so don't worry about it. Thank you, King. I knew someone would know. Thank you. Yes, there you go. I knew someone would remind me. There's too much smoke from these Watkins stories. I smell a fire. We'll get on to the Watkins talk in a minute. Villa won't sell their only striker now. Ravi, again, we'll talk about this in a minute because there is something you guys need to know about it. That will be after the next bit, so it's coming up, I promise. So yeah, Vlahovic is the other one. Thank you. I knew someone would let me know. Please hit the like button. That's a foul. Thank you very much, geeks. Appreciate that. Big up to 800 people now watching. Thank you. You've obviously got nothing better to do on your Friday night. Working hard on 2 new incomings. Right. So this is what is still happening. We are working extremely hard. Arteta said it in all his press conferences in the last week now. We are working hard. There's nothing more we can do. People, they think that people are just literally on a shelf and you just take it to the till and pay for them. It's not that easy.
Come off it, Bobby. I've played FIFA for many years now. Don't lie to me. Every time in Football Manager, I get it done. Why isn't it happening? Don't BS me. I'm on it. I'm keeping it real. Come on now.
Exactly. I get it done in Football Manager. I just can't get Haaland.
Right. So for this bit, because there's a lot of talking points coming up, I'm going to go round and ask your 2 players that you would sign now. No matter what. Doesn't have to be Arteta players. I want to know your 2 players.
No budget restrictions. We can go and get
no budget. Well, there's a 200 million pound budget. So to be fair, if you're overspending that, I don't know what the heck you're doing. Okay. But anyway, right, we'll start with Cole. Cole, who are you going to choose?
Come on, Carl. I've always favoured Gyökeres over Sesko.
Okay.
Always. But I don't know. For me, we need a number 11, but that's where I'm stuck. I'll probably take Gyökeres, and the number 11 is where I'm stuck. I know there's a lot of Bayern Munich boys we can take.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, so you can take
potentially, I'd try and get Rodrigo or someone from Real Madrid with a bit of flair, someone who's going to take a player on. I don't need to worry about the 8 because I think we've got plenty of options in the squad that can play the 8 if Arteta is willing to take the risk. So I'll probably take Rodrigo and Gyökeres.
No, fair enough. We'll go to Brezzy.
2 seconds.
He's still working it out.
Yeah, he's still working it out.
Do you want me to
Is he cheating at that?
He's counting every penny.
I think I would go for Isaac and Vinny if I could get that done for 200.
That's. You see, I don't have to say anything now because that was mine. Thank you, Nick.
Oh, sorry. Hey, great minds.
No. You know what it is? No, because what I'm saying is, when Bobby would come to me, I would have said, "Yeah, that's exactly what I'd be after as well." So me and you on the same page.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, you're going to have to use a player to send to Real Madrid then, because you've overspent by a long shot.
Havertz, they're desperate for him.
Sorry, Kai. You're right, mate.
This is my game. I'm going to win. Yeah. And they're going to have to chuck in 50 million in the mix as well.
And we'll just wait for Brezzy now. We'll check the.
Can I be cheeky and get 3?
Go on then,
mate. If you can get 3 for 200, then go on for it, mate.
Okay, Sesko.
Yep.
Xavi Simmons.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And Gyökeres.
Okay, you've definitely overspent as well.
No.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That is because how much? Because Simmons has just gone to Leipzig.
80 million.
How much?
80 mil.
Yeah, Sesko would cost 70 mil. So that's 150. Gyökeres will cost another 80.
Always.
So you need to set you. Well, to be fair, you can just sell Zinni, so that'll cover you.
I'll sell Kivior.
Oh, okay. You'll sell Kivior. Yeah. To be fair, you'll probably get that for him. So yeah,
two other players that I would just kind of hover around would be Wirtz and Musiala. If I was kind of
again, definitely way over 200 million for both of those.
I like.
I'll take Wirtz.
I like Cherokee. He's good.
Yeah.
Who's that? Sorry.
Ryan Cherokee from Lyon.
Well, to be fair, 22 million quid? Why not?
I'll take a risk on that.
And he can cover both right wing and left wing, and he can do cam as well.
100%. Yeah.
Would anyone go for Bradley Barcola? I saw something pop up about him.
Oh,
don't rate him.
I'll rate him.
I do.
He's good.
I think he's quality.
He's having a little hissy fit at PSG. That's why his name's being mentioned at the moment.
That's okay. He can come and sit on our bench for a while.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, it would be a loan. That would be a loan for Barcola. It wouldn't be a full signing if he was to leave. But that's kind of how the market is at the moment. People are starting to go, I'm not going to get the game time. Just send me on loan now. So, yeah. Temi's saying here, Vlahovic has a shot conversion rate of 0.06. I would say that this season has not been great for him at all. So I just think he needs to go elsewhere for a little bit. Some players need that. They need fresh surroundings.
Bergkamp was a big example.
Yes, exactly.
Bobby.
Yes, Cole.
How much would Pedri cost?
Pedri, over 200 million.
What a player.
Yes.
What a player. He could play anywhere, couldn't he? I reckon he's a perfect Arsenal player.
I think he'd be better in goal than Neto.
And knowing Arteta, he'd play him there.
Inverted goalkeeper.
So Mohamed's taken part as well.
Goalkeeper.
He's getting Nico and Sesko. That's pretty good. You've still got £80 million to spend as well. So yeah, that's good. Isaac and Dibbling, if we had 200 million, you're just over, because Dibbling will cost about 60 million. And Isaac's 150, as we well know.
The other one that I like is Santiago Jimenez of Feyenoord.
Oh, well, yeah. AC
Milan.
Milan. Milan tried to get him. That's just not happening. That will be a summer move, as I can't see it happening. Feyenoord will be mad.
He's just a finisher, that guy.
Yeah, he is. I like him as well.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Big up to Steve and say at last a proper transfer show. Well, to be fair, I just, me, I'm not going to talk about stuff just for the fun of talking about it. Now we're in the final few days. Now it's worth talking about. Nico Williams has been worse than Martin Smelly this season. Again, he needs new surroundings. I think he needs to go. And I think he is waiting for Barcelona, which I think is ridiculous, personally. But it is what it is. I would love... I'm going to say Sheila because I cannot say his name. So I'm just going to call him Sheila. And yes, you would have got him for 200 million as well. There we go. And Gyökeres would have been a massive statement. Oh, crikey.
Yeah, two good players.
Arsenal would have been the whole fan base would be happy with both the players. Yeah,
we're all going for a similar sort of profiles, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Big up to AFC always. Arsenal set to sign striker Fu King. No one. Very well done. I haven't heard that too many times this window, I promise. But yeah, big up to Dean saying hi, mate. How you doing? I'm doing all right, thanks, Dean. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I won't spend the 200 million. I'll Timmy, stop it. Stephen said get Sancho and Lukaku. Okay, interesting. Just got here, so I'm going to go back and watch from start. Just one. Oh, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Sorry, the question I was asking about it, what was still alive? My apologies. Right. Okay. It's still possible, and we'll talk about why it's still possible very shortly. Because I know a lot of people think it's dead. Not yet, because something else has happened. Breaking news: Arsenal signed a Brazilian wonder kid. These are getting very good.
Fuking no one,
Yeah, let's just go to the world class. He is such a baller, mate. My German part of me in my body says I can't wait to see him pick up the World Cup at some point in a German kit, because he will, because he is amazing. I would love him at Arsenal. Leverkusen will want an absolute fortune for him, but I do feel, and I feel gutted saying this, he's destined for Munich.
I would still say I'd say to them, here's 50 million and Havertz. Your prodigal son's return in first.
If only. Sell Zinni then, and we can get some change, says King. Right, let's talk about the little talking points. So hang on, I just need to find the next slide, and then my talking points. So the first one, late bid for Vlahovic. So there is talk. Obviously, we all know that Mwani has gone to Juventus. Vlahovic is available. If you want him, you can have him. But you have to obviously pay the wages. Yeah, loan with an option to buy or an obligation buy. There's many options that you can get Vlahovic for. But the big problem is the wage. He is on an absolute fortune at Juventus. I think it's nearly as much as Kai is at Arsenal. So that is quite a big stumbling block, to be fair.
But if we're not going to make a full-blown sign-in and fee,
Why not?
Why not?
I
Exactly.
agree.
So I'm going to go round and just say yes or no to Vlahovic. So we're going to start with Nick.
Yes.
Renee.
Yes, we need something right now.
That's where I'm at.
Brezzy.
Yes.
And Cole.
I don't want to, but I have to.
I have to say, he probably gave me my answer if I was allowed more words. That's all I was going to say.
That's it. That's my answer, Bob.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I can tell within Cole he's an ex-squaddy. I know enough of him. That's exactly what kind of answer I was expecting from Cole. Not a yes or a no. There had to be extra. I love it. Right. Leverkusen offer Boniface to Arsenal. Now, I'm going to disagree with this. No one offers players to any other club. However, Boniface is available because obviously they agreed with fee with Al Nasri. That is right, or Al Nasir, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. So obviously he is available because there was a fee agreed. So again, I'm going to come back.
Question again.
Yep, I'm going to start with Cole this time. Would you take Boniface, Cole?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Brezzy.
Yes.
Brenny.
I'll take him, yes.
And Nick.
I would.
There we go. Wonderful. Nice and simple. Right. Watkins, not for sale and doesn't want to move, but they are looking at move for Rashford. So basically, they're talking absolute basically, because they wouldn't be looking at Rashford, they wouldn't be looking at João Felix, they wouldn't be looking at Asensio. They are the three players that Aston Villa, I know because I know what Aston Villa are doing at the moment. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I've dropped my headphones. So I can't hear any of you right now.
We were saying bad things, but don't worry about it.
What would you do for Watkins? Now, obviously, the question will be, do you want Watkins? So I'm going to start with you, Nick.
Oh. Out of those three, because I've only ever seen Boniface playing the centre forward role.
Yeah.
So it is. We were just talking about the centre forward here.
Yeah.
He's the only one Premier League proven. Him or Boniface would be my choice out of the three. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Brenny?
Oh, yeah. All day long.
I know you. Me and you've spoken about Watkins for quite a few years now, so it doesn't surprise me. Brezzy?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. Now, I'm not going to be shocked by Carl's answer.
Right. I'll explain it like this. The fact that he's a fan excites me.
Yeah.
The fact that he would run his socks off and play really well excites me. If we could take him on a loan, I would.
100%.
I wouldn't spend 60 million on him personally if it was my money, but it's not.
No.
I mean, we need him, but he wouldn't be my top choice.
Fair enough. But
I'd rather take him on a loan because he's 29. I don't think you'll get many years out of him. And like you say, like the resale value, you're never going to get your money back. So is he going to be willing just to sit on the bench after he's reached 31, 32? Say if we go and buy Sesko in summer, is he willing to take the number 2 role? True. Is he looking for game time?
Do you know what, Carl? I personally think we wouldn't, depending on how well you look after yourself, because the way players condition themselves now, I look at say Ibrahimovic from how long he was playing until he hung up his boots, and also he's currently playing. And you got Lewandowski, who just cannot stop scoring goals. I mean, that guy he'll probably end up beating Sir Stanley Matthews' record of being the oldest outfield player at 51. So I get what you're saying, but I look at Ian Wright as a big example as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
he's a massive example. We signed him at 27, going on 28, and he was still scoring goals for us when he was 34.
Yeah,
you know. So
I'm not debating that. He's got to be willing to understand that he wasn't our number one priority. We would take him, and if we sign a big player like Sesko or Gyökeres in the summer, even Isak, he's going to take a back step unless he can go left wing. If he's happy with that, then I'd take him. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying he'd do a job. I wouldn't say no to him if he was offered to us. But my personal preference, he's not top of my list.
I'm just putting it out there. I want, when Arsenal do the media signing video,
yeah,
I want Cole there in reception explaining that to him as he arrives. You just got to know. I think as a fan, coming to your boyhood club, he could become the older statesman in the strike force. And would he be happy to retire with the club? Quite possibly.
Yeah, that's
so. Then exactly. You know what I mean. Like with Rice, he went to West Ham and onwards, but those couple of states, maybe he skips that and he sees out though into his mid-30s, and he's there. He becomes cover for whoever we bring in the summer.
Yeah. Well, right, he never wanted to go West Ham. He wanted to come to finish his career at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's. I'll get onto the breaking news in a minute. Right.
Cool.
Yeah. Right.
That didn't sound good.
No, it's not. Right. Matthias Tell doesn't want to fight for relegation. Now, for people that don't know what I'm talking about here, a dear family friend of mine, and he is actually a family friend of mine as well. Daniel Levy flew over to Munich to try and talk to Tell. He was there. I think the conversation lasted 30 minutes, and he said no to Tottenham. They'd agreed a fee with Bayern Munich, but I think Tony went with this, didn't he? Said, "Oh, he's going to join Tottenham," and I went, "No, he's not," because that's not what he wants. He wants to win trophies. So look.
So it isn't what he wants. Yeah,
he definitely does not want to go to Tottenham. So, so there is still a possibility of Tell coming to Arsenal. So I'm going to go back and ask the same question, Nick. Tell, yes or no? Now, bear in mind, this is a loan with either an option, no option, or an obligation to buy. So there's all three chances of this.
I think with an option to buy, because then maybe he would play harder for the shirt. I would say, what would I say? Because of the plans for the summer, he would possibly block something for the summer, wouldn't he?
Not for me.
Okay. Then in that case, I would say yes.
Okay, fair enough. Brenny?
Yes, I would say yes to him.
Okay. Brezzy?
For me, yeah.
I don't know what to expect from Cole. Cole?
I actually quite like Tell.
Hey!
I think loan with obligation to buy. I think we're setting our sights on people like Nico Williams and these big wingers, but you don't know what to expect. He's young, he's raw.
Yeah.
He's played for a Bayern Munich team with the likes of Gnabry and Sane and Coman around him, serial winners. And I'd have took either one of them for either as well. I think, why not? Give him a run. You might show us something.
Yep.
No, fair enough. Right, we're just going to get some more comments and we'll talk about a little bit more stuff in a minute. So let's see where we got to, because people have been going crazy with the messages again. So I've got to find where we were. Neck. Bear with me. Right. Nico will not start for Barca. They have Rafinha and Yamal. Both are better and not going anywhere. He should come to us. I agree. However, the only person that could convince him is Mikel Arteta, and it hasn't worked. So you have to question, why has it not worked? And I'll leave that for all you guys to work out, because I don't know. No to Vlahovic for me. He is too much out of form, but before he settles, the season is over. Okay, fair enough. Big up to G. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Who is that on your profile? Is that not G on his profile picture, is it? Is that him on his profile picture?
No, it's not. It's not. It's
That's
his
not,
alias.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was thinking that's not G. I know I haven't seen him for a while, but that's definitely not G. So
plastic surgery.
Surgery. Had a trip to Turkey.
Yeah.
We love you, G.
Yeah.
But no, look, look, he's an option. Look, there's still what? 2 full days still left of the window. Yes, we're playing Man City, but that doesn't stop Jason, Tim, and Richard doing their work. So, who knows what will happen over the weekend. I do believe that because our media team have been told to stay till Tuesday, says to me that we're expecting something to happen on the final day. So, yeah, just more stress for us, unfortunately. Watkins nowhere near my first choice, but I would take him.
No one in.
Say that again, mate.
No, I'm just saying. It's a shame that we. Yeah, it's Brenny. Just saying, yeah, Bob. It's just a shame that we couldn't get anyone in before the City game.
Yes. That
would have given us a lift.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. Yeah, we can't do Premier League loans unless we cancel Neto's. It's the only one that's easy to do. Sterling's would be a nightmare to try and do. It'd take way longer than a day to try and cancel that loan. Neto can be done in literally 5 minutes. So, yeah. If obviously that option, but then we'd have to be honest, get another goalkeeper in as well, which would be a nightmare to try and find one at this time. Yes, we've got 2 European loans left that we can use as well. Yes to all 3, says Stephen. Get Messi on loan. Dermot not pleased with that news. Well, I'll guarantee he's not. Taylor's already an Arsenal legend. Get him in. Well, there is obviously there's a very big link between him and Henry, which I'm hoping that the powers that be at Arsenal use that.
Yeah.
Speak to Thierry and have a little word with Tel. Because I would take him in a heartbeat for a loan, because I watched him when he first came on the scene at Munich. I don't like Munich, but I do watch German football, and I was very impressed. Yes, he's not having the greatest season, but to be fair, it's a different system under Company, so you have to bear that in mind. So will Villa sell us Watkins if they get Rashford, Arsenio, Felix in? Do they have? Yes, they do have PSR issues, which is what they won't talk about. So that's why they're looking at a Rashford, Asensio, Felix. And as far as I've been told, it's 2 of them, not just one of those 3. It's 2 of them. So why would you want to sign 2 of those? If you're not, because there's no need for it.
You just expand your wage bill, wouldn't you? And if you've got PSR, that doesn't work.
Yeah. So yeah. Yes, again, Leafian Fun wanted to re-sign Kane. Levy, right. Right. There is a buyback clause for people that don't understand. So when they sold Kane to Munich, there is a buyback in the clause. So basically, if Munich want to sell Kane, Tottenham get first refusal. So that's something to watch out for in the future. G's taking Tel. He is an option we don't have right now, 100%. Elliot says yes to Tel. Proven touch around goal. Absolutely. Is the breaking news transfer related? Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately. He thought Tel was Bazunu for second goalkeeper and Setford third. Bazunu is Southampton? Yeah. Is he still not injured?
He is, but I think he'd be good second.
Yeah, but we can't play him if he's injured.
Yeah, but to be fair, an injured Bazunu or Neto. You just wheel him out.
Why the hell did I think about that? I actually paused to think about that. Why the hell was I thinking about
it? Just wheel him out on a sack truck, leave him in the middle of the goal.
Oh god, I can't believe I was thinking about that. Levy thought was very good. Very good. Well done, Stephen. Right, so I suppose I better talk about this before I talk about them. Actually, no, I'm going to talk about this last bit. This last bit first, because it's a little bit positive news, because we need some positive before the next one. Lennon and Patterson to join the academy. Now, probably everyone's going, who? Right, so this is a young left back. Funny enough, I might know him. He is from Wolves. He's left Wolves Academy. He's 17-year-old. We did have him on trial at Arsenal last year at the end. He did play in the game against Sunderland whilst we had him on trial. He is a young left back. Now, he has left Wolves on his own accord. Now, it doesn't say definitely coming to us because no one knows where he's going yet. It's either going to be Arsenal or Brighton is what the rumours are. But it's a good positive mood if he does come to us. He is very, very good. Now, Wolves have a great academy. I haven't been paid to say that. I promise you they have a really good academy around here because we've got so many schools that have a lot of good school teams. So all the scouts are just nitpicking the kids from wherever, and put them in their academy, and they do so well. There's so many good players. But yeah, I would absolutely be delighted if we get Lennon Patterson. So this is one to watch, because I know G's probably watching this. Because I told him some news on Tuesday, and all of a sudden it broke on timeline yesterday. So I know G's going to watch it. So G, watch out for this one, because this might crop up, because that will be quite a big coup if we can get him. And finally, before the bad news, I want to say this very clearly. Arsenal are trying. Money is there. And don't panic, Mr. Manwaring, okay? No panicking. Not yet. I'm not in panic mode yet. Not yet. I might be Monday morning.
I'm a bit nervous now, Bob.
What's the thing? Well, we'll move on to that. Shall we move up? Because I've got no slide or anything for that. So I'm going to move into the transfers out. So obviously, City to leave. That could happen. Inter, Atletico Madrid, Dortmund, all could possibly. This is why Tierney's staying, just so you know. So if Cini doesn't go, Tierney will go. He'll go in this window. So it's one of the two. Obviously, Cini will actually get money, quite a decent amount. So if Cini doesn't go, I think they'll allow Tierney to go to Celtic immediately, which is why they're looking at Malacia from Man United for a loan for the end of the season, because obviously they need a left back. So obviously there's a few dominoes to happen there. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten a slide for this, so I do apologise. Jorginho could possibly be leaving by the end of the window as well, because Flamengo are allowing Alcaraz to join Everton, which means they've now got space to get Jorginho.
He's been a brilliant signing for us, worth every penny.
Yeah, 100%. And that is the worrying thing, because I'll be honest, I was fine, because I knew about Jorginho possibly leaving this window. But I was fine. Well, I knew about it this window. I think somewhere he's definitely going. But this window, I had a feeling he might, but I was okay, because I knew Naipan was coming in. And now Naipan's fallen through, and I'm like, this isn't good. That's not good for us personally. Because we don't really have the power to say no, not really, because obviously if you're going to get some money, you're going to take it, aren't you? Then nothing. But I feel it's stupid if we let him go.
I do, because you can't be talking about much.
No, exactly. It's also the fact that, Jorginho was meant to go last summer, and we kind of agreed to let him stay a little bit longer, and it's just I don't know.
What does that say about Jorginho's opinion on us winning the title? Would you want to stay and get that?
Yeah. Well, there's some players that just don't have the Arsenal love that you feel they need to sometimes, if you know what I mean. It's like if someone was to say which one out of Gabriel or Saliba will leave, it'll be Saliba all day long.
Yes, I
just because of the attachment to Arsenal. Gabriel wears Arsenal.
Right? Can I just say, out of the two, I'd be more gutted losing Gabby. I know I might go against the grain there, but he's more my defender. I love Saliba, appreciate the talent.
Yeah,
but there's something about Gabby and the way he defends. It's just that he's my man.
You mean big Gabby, yeah?
Big Gabby. Yeah.
I think
what I will say,
improve Gabby.
Oh yeah, 100%. Well, the positive news we can talk about: Gabby will be signing a new 4-year contract. So, that is the positive news on this.
Absolutely.
My money is on Saliba going to Madrid.
Oh yeah, I said that.
2 seasons. 2 seasons.
Yeah.
He's some of the French players. I like playing for Spanish teams. Trouble is, when we let him go on loan for 3 seasons in a row, he had a little resentment towards us. And obviously, when he came back and he got applauded and he played well, he's played brilliantly. But he's one of these players that want trophies. But Gabriel play for the bad all day long.
Yeah.
So it's a shame.
I think Saliba's gone in the summer.
Nah, I don't think this summer. I think it's too exciting about what's going to happen in the summer, especially if we're going to sign some quality players. He'd be too interested to stay.
I don't think we can allow it to go past this summer, because otherwise, if we don't accept the pittance that Madrid offer us, they'll just take him on the free the following year.
Oh yeah, right now I think he goes for 100 million.
Yeah, I agree.
I think you've got to wave the money in his face and keep him timed down for another year extension at least. Just try and.
He won't extend.
He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to. Otherwise, we're going to be in a big.
We need you again in reception.
Get me in there. I'll sort him out.
Temi's saying, "I'll take Almunia over Neto." Geez, now we are desperate.
Oh, dear,
and that's Almunia, the king of howlers. G's got. He's definitely watching, so big up to G. So keep an eye on that one. We must mourn if Cine leaves. I will not be mourning at all. Surely Arsenal will block the Jorginho exit. I think, to be fair, we've got enough respect for Jorginho, and Jorginho's. If he wants to go, he wants to go.
He served us well.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea, personally.
No, I don't.
Not now, anyway.
No.
I mean, how rare is it that you can just have a player like that doesn't whinge? He's good in the dressing room. He's popular, and whenever we drop him in, it's usually a 7 out of 10 performance minimum.
Yeah,
even if he hasn't played. Yeah. I mean, that's brilliant.
Yeah. To be fair, obviously I do all the reactions, and to be fair, I don't really downscore him that often.
No,
it's normally an average score. He does all right, So, yeah, I do remember that. And I'll be honest, Temi, you're right here. Jorginho is better than Marino. Yeah. I'll be honest. If someone offered me 40 million from Marino, I'm taking it. See you later. Ta-ra.
Yeah.
I'll take 10.
Well, yeah, true. I'll take less.
How low can you go?
Yeah. Big up to Gary saying hello. Hope you're doing well. But big up to the 1,000 people watching at the moment. Really do appreciate it. Is there any questions that anybody wants to ask? So I will ask. You can ask one question if you need to know it. So I'm going to start with Carl. This could be literally anything, so God knows. Carl, ask your question.
Come back to me. I need to think of it. I need to think of a good one.
All right. Brezzy, you got any questions? You're going to get one question.
Yeah. Arda Güler from Real Madrid. Any chance, Summer?
No. Summer, no. But the reason I'm going to say no is because Real Madrid are kind of set on their manager, but not 100%. So it all depends on the manager appointment at the moment. And then anything could happen. Like if they go with who I think it's going to be, then I guarantee no one leaves Real Madrid. If they don't get him, then who knows? Because they'll go for a different path, I suppose. So playing different style and all that kind of stuff. But no, for me, no. Renee?
Oh, I mean, nothing really comes to mind. But actually, there is one thing. So, you're talking about, say, like in the summer. Do you reckon there's no chance now we could get Alexander Isak?
I'm not going to say no chance.
Okay, that's good.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to say there's no.
Dominoes.
There's a domino, and also Newcastle need to finish in a certain position in the league. If they fall out of that position, things change drastically at Newcastle, and I mean drastically. So they have to finish in Europe, because they can't be asking for 150 million quid if they're not in Europe. They can't, because they would need to get money. I'm going to go back to Carl before I go to Nick. Carl, have you got one?
Yeah. How likely is it that we will sign Sesko and Gyökeres?
Zero.
Zero, so?
Yeah, 0. Gyökeres will go to a different club to Sesko. That I can confirm. I know pretty much both outcomes for both players. I know where Gyökeres will end up, and I know where Sesko will end up. And they're different clubs.
Surely Sesko is more than likely the one that's going to come to Arsenal because of Arteta, I'd say.
I'm not saying a word.
Oh.
But I also know where Gyökeres is going as well, because it's kind of already a done deal as well. So, yeah. Nick, your question.
Okay. If you could take a trip in a Millennium Falcon on a Starship Enterprise, what would it be? You said any question, Bobby. We need to know these answers. Come on, we need to know the man behind the mic.
It's got to be the Enterprise. It's got to be the Enterprise, isn't it? Because it's got more room.
Yeah.
I like your thinking.
I hate Star Trek, so it's always going to be a Millennium Falcon for me all the time because I'm a Star Wars fan. So I can't stand Star Trek. I hated it.
Okay.
Oh, I love
with
both.
passion.
Yeah,
I hated Star Trek. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you got a football related question, Nick?
If you could play football on either the Millennium Falcon
God.
or the Star Trek Enterprise,
You know what? I would actually play football on Star Trek Enterprise just so I can damage it.
cool,
I'm
fair
not
enough.
damaging the
I
Falcon.
like that. I like that. No, I'm all good. Super Mendy. So I just saw it in the chat. Super Mendy. Are we? If you could say confidence levels out of like 0 to 100,
99.9.
brilliant.
Yeah. Again, gentlemen's agreements mean a lot in football world, and this is very much. Brenny, you were here at the time when I talked about Declan. I started talking about it in January. I said this is all done in Jan, and then when everyone had their meltdown in the summer, when it was all being put in the media, oh, Man City are coming in. I was like, just chill, just chill, because unfortunately you have to have the media circus. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You can. Well, I do know why, but if I'll get in big trouble and it will cost me a lot of money in court if I said why. But yeah, for me, again, I feel it's very, very comfortable with that one. Right, let's see what people are asking because it's been interesting. Scott's saying,
I've just seen AJ's comment. I can't wait for you to get to it. Go on.
let's hope Newcastle don't make Europe. Yeah, I feel the same. Can club fans crowdfund? Unfortunately, no. But I do like where you're going with that one. But I wish we could because, I'm sure we'd all put a 20 quid in. We'll get quite a good player for that. Renee just hasn't settled. Premier League just too fast for him. Unfortunately, this was very similar to his time at Newcastle, which obviously I kind of ignored, but I wish I hadn't now. Because it's come back exactly the same way. So is the Supermendy deal still? Yeah, for me, 99.9%, and I have to say 99.9 just because the contract isn't physically signed. And it was the same with Declan. You can't physically sign someone until the green light from both sides, which you can't do because he's a release clause. Again, the finances have to be transacted before any contracts are signed anyway. So that is why I've got to say 99.9. I think so. It takes Partey's spot. Rice, double pivot. Ode at 10. Williams, Isaac, Saka is Stephen's guess. Percentage we sign Watkins this window. Ooh. Right now on Friday night at 8 minutes past 8, I am going to go with 60% chance it will happen at the moment. Ask me again whilst I do the next two shows on Saturday and Sunday. Ask me again and I'll give you a different answer probably. Because don't forget, we have got a preview tomorrow and we've got the watch long on Sunday as well. So be worried for that.
If I could just quickly, if an Isaac Sesko Saka lineup, what would you say the odds on that is?
That's a tough one, you know.
That I would like that because Isaac can play from the left. When you look how he picks up the ball in the Henry positions, you usually see him on the left, on the byline, that sort of thing. Sesko is a ball carrier from deep. He can be.
Yeah.
They could interchange and all the rest of it. I could see that with Saka could be. I think that'd give Saka a new lease of life because you've got two deadly players on his inside now.
No, I agree. And the way that we've been looking at their profiles, Isaac and Sesko, is that they are more than just a number 9, which is why we like them, because Sesko can also play on the left.
Yeah.
Others that can play down the middle. So I don't know, because for me at the moment, Isaac is untouchable because 150 million is Stan's never going to it, and I don't agree to it either. I don't agree to 150 million quid, so I'm not going to blame.
But it won't have to be that high if they don't get Champions League.
Exactly. So right now, because they're doing well, I can't see them not qualifying for Europe. So I can't really say it's going to happen because I just don't see him. I don't see him leaving. I think they're also talking about getting them Remo, which is interesting. But yeah,
Kuna talk has died. Have I missed something?
Say that again.
Kuna Wolves. Have I missed something? Right, he was destined to leave, and everyone was interested.
Oh, Cunha.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Cunha's a different situation. So Cunha they would allow him to leave if they could get replacements in. Wolves are still trying with that.
Okay.
So don't rule out Cunha still leaving yet, but not necessary to us because there are other clubs involved. Man United are interested. Chelsea, Villa are interested in Cunha as well. So, I don't rule that one out just because I know Wolves are working extremely hard. I may work next to their team as well, so I may know a bit more that what Wolves are doing. But yeah, it's interesting. Messi agreed.
That's the one. That's the one I was looking at.
Right, for people that know, if Messi signed for Arsenal, I will do a naked stream. I have no problems with that because everyone knows Messi is my number one in football world right now. I absolutely love him.
I nearly believed this, but it didn't say Jim White outrage, so it's obviously not.
I know for a fact it's never going to happen, which is why I've just said I will do a naked stream. So Nick is hilarious. I love everybody. Brenny, Cole, Brezzy. Brenny, Brezzy, you really do struggle with my brain because I try to different from but my tongue is just like bread now. I love you both, but dearly, I really do. Are we in for Tell? How much do you rate him? We are in for Tell. How much do I rate him? I'm going to have to say 7 because he's still young and talented, but you don't know how far that can go. There's always question marks with someone that young. So I have to say a 7. But I do think if he carries on in the right manner, he could be extremely, extremely amazing. Cole, mate, he's off anyway, but it has been a pleasure. He's just let me know it's had to go, so absolutely love him. Thank you very much, Cole. But yeah, let's see what else people have been saying. Let's see where I'm gone. Oh, blimey neck. Hang on, what's going on here? Sorry, I've lost all the messages. They've all gone weird. There we go. Why is Arsenal looking at John? Oh, jeez. All right, big ups to Night Train. Well,
he doesn't press harder. He doesn't press hard enough. That's what it is.
Thank you, Nick. Do you know? I know, Bradley. I know you've asked me the same question, but do you know how many times I get asked this question about Jonathan David? It's ridiculous.
Oh gosh, yeah, I've lost count.
We need a forward that really presses that back line.
The problem is, right, I get so much stick, especially from Canadians, and there's more than just one.
That's random. Out of all the nations on earth.
I get so much. Well, Brenny knows exactly where I'm going with this, and he knows exactly the person I'm on about. But because, right, when scouts do reports, they do tend to put a word lazy. Now, obviously, if you've got a report at work and you had a report and it said lazy, you'd get offended. Rightly so. But in football, it means a different thing. It doesn't mean that you're a lazy player because, trust me, they use a different term for that kind of personality in football.
That's right.
So it's just that you just don't do the stuff. Now, sometimes I've seen Odegaard be lazy. And when the coaches do their analysis after the game, they have said you were lazy in that game because you didn't do the pressing that you were expected to. So that is why he's not really an Arsenal type player, because he doesn't do the runs and the pressing that you need from the forwards. Look, I've never said that he's a bad player because he's not a bad player.
You said it the other day. It was absolutely horrible.
In what I would say, if he was,
don't believe it, Canadians, keep the hate going.
Right, so this is the.
Why am I muted? No, not really.
Oh my gosh!
Right, I'm gonna. Right, so for people that don't know, I speak to owners. Now, obviously, there's a very well-known owner that happens to be Canadian. Now, today I got a message from him today because obviously, for people that don't know, they've signed a big player from a club that my cousin owns, and he just sent me a message going, "Ah!" Now he's Canadian, and I love him to bits, and he knows and says it agrees with the same things I say about Jonathan David, and he's Canadian. But for some reason, I seem to upset a certain part of Canada, and I just don't understand it because it's like I'm not being rude about him. He's a good player. He just doesn't fit Arsenal's system. That's all I've ever said. He just doesn't fit the Arsenal system.
Yeah.
At a different club, West Ham, I think he'll do very well at West Ham. He'll probably do very well at Newcastle, to be fair, because they don't really do the press. Trying to think of any other clubs. United, he'd do well at United. Tottenham, again. It just doesn't fit the Arsenal system. It wouldn't do well at City. But yeah. Okay. Will Gyökeres be playing up north then, Bobby? I can't confirm anything about where I know where Gyökeres is going because I will get in a lot of trouble. But good try.
Well, I would say Chelsea's got a good shout because they sign everybody we've ever been linked to. So.
How confident are you in Taka out of 10 at this point? I assume it's one signing at this point. I'm still thinking we can get 2 done. Obviously, Naipan disappointment didn't get through. But I still think we can get 2. It will be 1 full-on signing, so a permanent, and I think 1 loan. How confident am I it will be Taka? 100% confident it will be Taka. I don't see a left back coming out of nowhere now. Yeah, I'm very confident. What wouldn't surprise me, and I'll be honest, people, that all of a sudden we sign a goalkeeper out of nowhere, only because if Raya's injury is worse than we expect, because obviously we don't really know yet, we would have to go and get a goalkeeper because I couldn't
really
rely
might not
on.
be playing Sunday. Okay.
Well, this is the thing, because at the moment he is on the doubt list. I haven't checked the percentage. Obviously, I haven't done the preview setup yet, so I don't know the full ins and outs of it until tomorrow.
Break out the prayer beads.
So if it's worse than we expect, surely we have to go and get a goalkeeper because I don't want Neto in goal for the rest of the season. I'll be honest, I don't. Tammy Messi to Arsenal Arteta out. Isaac, Sesko, and Saka would be unreal.
Oh,
Says G,
don't,
100%.
that's my dream lineup.
We're going in Sunday with no threat uptown is meh. If we signed a player, would be hype. Yeah, to be honest, if we signed a player now, it's too late for Sunday's game anyway. The deadline's gone. It finished at 12 o'clock today because obviously the first game is 12:30 tomorrow, I believe. So it's always the day before the first game kicks off. So yeah, unfortunately, even if we sign someone now, which won't happen because Arsenal's PR in that, or not that quick, if I'm honest. This is like a game of guess who becomes. Yeah, for some reason I don't know why we can't. I wish I could change the people's icons, but I can't seem to change it. Big up to AJ saying new here, already loving the stream. Big up all. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it, AJ. Delap is a really interesting player. We've been linked with Fergus, but no mention of Delap. I rate Delap more.
I agree with that 100%.
Delap won't leave this window, so it's not even worth mentioning. Ipswich will not sell him now. They'll sell him in the summer, I reckon. Who? I have no idea. I'll be honest, I haven't got a clue. Big up to Geek saying thank you to AJ. Will Arsenal try for Isaac in the summer? Again, it depends where Newcastle finish, King. I'll be honest. If they're finished out of Europe, then yes. And that doesn't change the situation that we're already in with possibly another striker already coming in anyway. We will get the 2 if we have to. So, yeah. Let's just go through some last ones. Love Delap's physicality, says Geeks. Kai is the slowest player in an Arsenal shirt. I will take Jonathan David over Kai. Kai works bloody hard, though. Very hard. He covers the most, I think... Is he like second in the whole Premier League in covering distance?
Something like that. I do get where he's coming from in terms of pace. I do.
Yeah, but he works his little socks off. And again, it's not his position, so I will always protect him. This system doesn't work for Kai. Go to Munich and he will be absolutely outstanding. I guarantee it. I have no doubt how good he'll be in the Munich shirt, which is hard for me to say. But yeah, it's Jonathan David just doesn't suit our system, and I get it. But yeah, tell what Ollie says, AJ.
Both.
If we could get both. Yeah. If we could, yeah. It's going to be, all I would say, it's going to be a bumpy ride until the deadline on Monday, that's for certain. Let's see what people are saying. Yeah, his physicality side, but his defenders, unique's very talented striker. Harder did not fit the City system, was the noise, but now what do we see? Goal machine. Oh, mate, I agree, right? Don't get me wrong, right? I totally agree with this, but Pep is different to Arteta. Pep doesn't mind bastards in the team. He doesn't mind players that don't particularly fit in a specific shape.
He's more confident.
Yeah, and rightly so, because he's won trophies. I'm sorry, without being horrid too mean, but he's won trophies. But yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise Brezzy had gone. Sorry, I do apologise. Brezzy, oh, well, I'll message him anyway privately. But yeah, if Neto is Sunday, yeah, I have to be honest, I have to agree. How can I not disagree with that, to be fair? I obviously, we're going to do the preview tomorrow. I know my pop brother will be with me tomorrow, and anyone else that's free can more than welcome to join. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not looking forward to Sunday. I hate playing City anyway.
Oh, I think you're nuts doing a watch along. I'll be absolutely awful. I'll be walking the dog. I'll be doing everything.
I've had this foul. Has it been 2 seasons now, Brent? I don't do City watch-alongs unless they're playing Arsenal. I've banned myself from watching City games.
Yeah, we didn't do last season, did we?
Yeah, I can't remember. We might have been ill or something.
No, I mean, I remember. I mean, I know the Monday there was a few of us on for the reaction. I remember that, but I don't remember.
No, I vowed myself to not do City games. So there was, because obviously I do watch alongs and I've done them on FTSM for quite a while now. And there was a 4-0 win for Man City. And I think Colm was with me at the time. And I think they beat Chelsea or someone like that for 4-0. And me and Colm, literally at the end of the watch along, we just sat there and said, "Are you bored?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm just absolutely bored." Even though it's 4-0, you think, "Oh, well, it was a great game."
Yeah.
I hate it. Man City football, and it's unfortunately Arsenal turning into the same system, which I'm slightly worried about, is pirate ship football. You go up left side, fails, you go back and go down the right side and go back, and it's boring as hell.
Well, I'm ashamed of myself to admit this, but I just can't get any enjoyment out of City getting a win. No matter how good a football they played, I just can't, Yeah. So.
No, I agree. Get Matt Ryan back. I can't remember where he is now, Matt Ryan.
Hasn't he just moved again?
Yeah, he's literally. I know I've seen his name come up in my system, so I know he's moved again. God knows where he is. But yeah, interesting Arsenal page is that Arsenal Fanatics page before it was banned on Twitter. They've been right a lot recently, and both of you guys have a lot of the same information. I promise you, I am not behind anybody on Twitter.
Sure, Bobby, are you the bank on Twitter?
No, I am on Twitter, but I come up as my name. I don't hide behind anything, so it's definitely nothing to do with me. But yeah, I know a lot of people assume that it's me, but I promise I speak to G, and that's literally all I speak to. But I do know some of the people behind these false names just because I know the job they do. So I know they know stuff. Not going to say anything more because I will get them in trouble. But they're welcome to carry on doing what they do because there's nothing really wrong with it in my eyes, personally. Scott saying we've signed many keepers, midfielders, defenders, but only 2 forwards under Arteta. Until we sign strong winger and striker, we just ain't ready to get titles over the line. Jigsaw pieces has to be completed. 100% agree. This is the bit that I think. Who did we have a chat with the other day? I think Brezzy. Was it you, Nick? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was me. Yeah.
We were talking about the way that he was as a player. Yeah. I'm quite surprised how he is as a manager because it kind of always. Yeah, and it kind of like Martinez, right? I know this is really weird person to come out with, but he was
I get it.
You know, and that's how he plays and how he sets up. Yeah. Now, Pep, is a defensive-minded midfielder, and you can see it within his football. Mikel wasn't a defensive-minded midfielder. I watched him at Rangers. I watched him at Everton. He wasn't defensive-minded, but for some reason, he's turned into it. And I'm like, why? And so he does need to buy strikers. And we are after at least one in this window. So, I'd imagine Watkins has had some sleepless nights being so close to realising his dream. Thought he might have told Renee he wanted to go. Don't rule that one out yet.
I was going to say, he may have, though. He may have. Unai's not going to turn around and said, Ollie popped in the office and he wants to go. That knocks 10, 15 million off the price, doesn't it? So they need every penny they can get.
Publicly, look, as I said, this was all done Sunday, Monday. For some reason, some numpty decided to release it just before the kickoffs. I don't know why, because it didn't even need to be talked about if it didn't need to.
No. Could that be the Villa side, though, to create a little bit of difficulty?
Yeah, because what I've heard, now I can't confirm this because I don't know, because obviously I knew this was happening like Sunday night anyway. Yeah. So all of a sudden it was all out in the press. I think it was something to do with the Duran situation, which is why they released it, to help Duran. So that's what I believe. But I can't confirm if that's 100% accurate. But if Ollie's too nice, to be fair, Ollie's a very nice character. I don't see him pushing for the move. However,
and rightly so. I mean,
because if you put, because unfortunately you can do it privately, but I guarantee it will be released to the press. And then
I don't like clubs making. I'd be upset if it was our players being like, if Saliba turns around and says no, I want to. I'd be disappointed, you know. So
100%.
Yeah,
100%. I'm going to bring in Cole again now because Cole's decided to come back. Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate.
Hey, Cole.
Right?
Yeah, good. Sorry, I had to take the dog for a walk.
Oh, no worries. But as I was saying about Ollie, it's even if he did it privately, which I know he hasn't, if it got suddenly released to the press, Villa lose a lot of millions on that price tag. Because all of a sudden their stand of, oh no, he's not for sale, all of a sudden goes out the window. And obviously with Rashford, Asensio and Felix all being linked with Villa, Arsenal are fully aware that something's not quite right there. Now, will Arsenal go in with a second bid? Possible. I don't rule out anything. Obviously, you've got to bear in mind games are this weekend, and they don't particularly like to do any negotiations while games are happening out of respect. Because that does not happen, despite what people think. Yes, there'll be hierarchy chats, but agent to agent, no, doesn't really happen during games. So it will probably all move to Saturday night, Sunday night, and then Monday will be manic. So I will be taking a lot of tablets to get me through the day. But no, what is a probability that we get Tell? Oh, crikey, you're putting me on the spot here, King. Right now, 30%. But again, that will change. So ask me again tomorrow night and Sunday night, because it will change. But right now it's 30%, only because we haven't physically spoke to Tell yet. We've spoken to Bayern Munich. We know what's needed, but that's it. But again, we are kind of concentrating on what's happening on Sunday. So kind of a good idea as well. Just trying to keep your minds focused on what is a massive game Sunday. So you don't really want too much distractions, because it will have a knock-on effect to Martinelli, Trossard, because they will be starting on Sunday, and you don't want to put like this kind of cloud over their head, going, okay, which one of us is going to be dropped?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So yeah, you kind of want everyone concentrating on the situation in hand. Agreed. Pep had taken all the individualism and natural flair and spectacle out of a game. I'm glad I'm not the only. Honestly, I can't stand watching them. I just hate watching them. They depress me. Because Em watches some games now. Em hates football, and obviously sometimes she has to watch the game because I'm watching it. But she's like, "Why are they going backwards? Why are they going backwards? The goal's over there." And I get it.
Yeah.
But the City are the worst at it, because it's like, come on.
think Wenger made a very apt point at Dennis Bergkamp's thing the other day, where he said all of the spontaneity in attack, that sort of football that Dennis represented seems to be disappearing from the game, and I agree with
he's
that.
right. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
What stands out
times.
if you say about Dennis Bergkamp, what stands out if you watch his goals? It's that chip shot. When do you ever see a player going for something like that anymore?
Yeah,
So true. Carl, what were you going to say, mate?
exactly.
I've said it a few times. Like when Wenger came into the Premier League, he brought this new flavour of flair and individuality and belief in players. Even if they're playing badly, he still let them go out and just express themselves. And Arsenal were the key factors of that. But you see a little bit of it in Arteta. Guardiola's brought this systematic play where everything's got to be in a system, and he won't sign a player unless he fits the system. The system's got to work simultaneously, no matter who you bring on. Everyone's got to be able to do the same thing. That's why you see a lot of versatile players, but you almost never ever see anyone willing to express themselves anymore.
Yeah.
And you're going to end up with a real boring game of football, or you might get a 1-0 win, but your football's about entertainment. It's not just about winning things, you've got to be able to watch it. So I'm just scared Arsenal are going to lose their identity a little bit, but
No, I agree with that. I think Martinelli and Saka would be more deadly under Wenger than they are under Mikel.
100%.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Just in what he would encourage them to express, not always looking for a percentage pass here or that you've done this, so this has to happen. Just go play football.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. 100%. Cole, I'm gonna ask you this publicly because obviously I know you just tagged me in something. What was Yankee Doodle Dandy talking about?
So Yankee Doodle Dandy Doodle was just talking about the PSR problems that Aston Villa have got. So they were talking about apparently they've got a 96% wage to turnover bill at the minute, and Ollie Watkins is their highest earner, and he's got a contract till 2028. So they've just sold John Duran. They're trying to get Felix in. They've just signed the other lads. They're looking at a defender from Chelsea. I can't remember his name, but he's basically saying I wouldn't rule out the idea of them getting rid of Watkins. They're going to have no Champions League next season. He's their biggest earner. So they have got a lot of PSR to tackle, and they are spending a lot of money, and they haven't got a lot of money to spend. So it's interesting. It's just Yeah,
I agree. Right, so Simba's saying here, wasn't Mikel forced into that ball-winning DM role because we literally had no DMs? Maybe that's why he thinks he can force players to suit his system. Well, the way that he played at Rangers and the way that he played at Everton, he didn't play DM for too long in his career. I just don't know why he just needs to be a bit more proactive for me. Big up to Pyro Destiny. Where are all your faces? I'll be honest, Cole and Brenny are just too beautiful. They would literally just blind you if you saw their faces.
I shall be seen again tomorrow.
And I'm too ugly, and I will give you nightmares. So, Nick is just in the middle. Beautiful enough, but not too ugly enough. It's just in the middle. Yeah, there we go. My only concern with Watkins is it looks like his energy levels has dropped this season due to Champions League football. I think this will go back to where we were talking about Nathan. Like, I think he will be like a young puppy again, putting an Arsenal shirt, and he'll just be so keen just to play. Because I think isn't his whole family Arsenal fans as well, pretty much.
I think they are.
People want to put a show on for his family, and who wouldn't? Who the hell wouldn't? Nathan has been at the club since 8. You can see the enjoyments that he got from literally playing a minute. I don't think he even touched a ball, but he was so happy to get that 1 minute, and I like that personally. Pep is the biggest villain in football. I'm not gonna. I'm hated enough by City. I'm not going to say anything about Pep. That's 100% true. Who just talks to the mic bottom left? That will be Cole, I believe, the very beautiful man that he is. Big up to Universe Galaxy. Next time, if you're around and we start, because obviously the stream's going to be about to finish, you are more than welcome. I have an open door policy. But guys, it's been a wonderful stream, nearly 2 hours. Before I share with everybody where everyone can be found, I will be back tomorrow with a preview with my wonderful pod brother, Rennie down in the corner. He will be back with me tomorrow for the preview for Man City. Then the watch along will be happening on Sunday, and the reaction will happen also on Sunday. So yes, that's where you'll see me. Thank you very much, Gary. Appreciate that. Great show. The problem with the habit signing for people is the wage. Yeah, the wages are absolute problem for us. Scott, thank you very much. We're going to start with the one and only. See if I can find it. There we go. Mr. Cole, where can they find you, my friend?
Where can they find me?
Yeah.
Hiding in the shadows, waiting for a signing to come.
Was I expecting a normal answer from Carl? Of course I wasn't. Why would I get a normal answer out of you?
Potentially the reaction show on Sunday. That'd be a good one.
Oh yes, it'll be about. I can't. To be honest, I can't tell you what time it is yet, but it will be happening at some point after the game. So probably about what time's the game? Is it 4:30?
4:30, yeah.
I think,
So probably about 7 will be the reaction time, I would have assumed. Renee, where can they find you, my friend?
As always, you can always find me on here on the Armory, and also X, and you can find me on Threads as well.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much. Nick, where can they find you? Oh, sorry. For some reason, sorry, mate. I've put you on the second one.
I'm looking for somebody with a good sense of humour. No, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Tinder. No, you can't find me on there. And the Armory. I'm one of the geeks of Muckleby on YouTube. So yeah, no, just an Arsenal fan here. Guys, support this great channel. These are Arsenal fans. We're not sensationalists or anything like that. It's just a group of guys and girls having conversation about the club they love. So make sure you support the channel.
Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you.
That. But yeah, you'll see me again tomorrow, as I said. We'll do the preview. 6:45 Saturday night will be the preview for the City game. I guarantee the preview will be way more exciting than the game. But yeah, no, it will be, honestly.
It really will.
God,
I'm going for a 1-0 or a.
Yeah. Big up to the Aussie Gooner saying, "I'll give me
Aussie Gooner
2 combo." I can't imagine what you're talking about there, Steve. But I hope you're doing well, my friend. What time is it? It's just spoke up. Yeah, he must have just spoke up. But guys, thank you ever so much. Nearly 2 hours. Really appreciate it. I shall definitely see you soon. Let's hope for a good weekend and some positive news soon. But take care.
Pray for a good weekend.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Bye.